Does your divorce paperwork have a morals clause, and does it need one? A morals clause, generally speaking, is a provision in divorce paperwork, whether it's in the settlement agreement itself or the parenting plan, that basically states that you cannot have overnight romantic guests while the children are present. So when I first started practicing 20 years ago, these provisions were incredibly common and were in all parenting plans. And since that time, they have really started to not be as prevalent. They are very hard to enforce, and frankly, a lot of people do not want to be forced to be married again when they are continuing on in a future adult relationship. And so sometimes when parties want this provision in their paperwork, I ask them, what problem is it that they are trying to solve? If they have very strong religious convictions, and that is why they do not want an overnight guest for the other parent or themselves when they have somebody present, that's something that we certainly need to address and look at. If the other party has frequent, different partners, or might be having dangerous people around the children, that's also something that we need to investigate. But this provision also can force people to get married prematurely who may not want to be married, and so that they can spend the night together. And a lot of people also don't really recognize that this would prevent them from even going on a vacation together. So maybe if they're dating, looking at getting engaged, and they want to see how that other person is around their kids, can't go on a vacation where they stay in the same home, and it causes issues in that regard that people really don't think about it long term. But what do you think about this provision? Is it something that you have in your paperwork? Is it something that is catered a little bit differently for a particular situation? You guys had a lot of thoughts and feelings about the right of first refusal last week. So what do you think about a morals clause?